Just Prince TV here. KD3 is out. The GOAT is back. Let's get into it. Album review. Okay, NES, Nas. The GOAT. Now, listen. I want to say this first and foremost before I get into this review. Nas is a breath of fresh air. Let's protect Nas at all costs necessary. Okay? Because he's a blessing to hip hop. And at the same time, I want to give him his flowers because I'm honored to have a guy come from the same exact neighborhood as me and to rep the city so fine, man. He puts a smile on my face. He single-handedly put Queensbridge on the map. Not me, not Mobb Deep, Nas did, okay? And that's saying a lot because there's a lot of artists that came even before Nas that was from Queensbridge, but none became as famous or commercialized or all-time great like Nas, okay? He's the only one from the bridge that's an all-time great. All right, so this album, let's get into it. Now, let's start out with the pros, okay? Songs like Beef, Don't Shoot, it's slipping my mind right now. The bonus song, that's okay. There's a lot of good Nas material on here. Now, here's the thing about Nas. When Nas announces that he's coming out with an album, I never have a problem with the lyrics. That's the last thing I'm thinking about. The first and foremost thing that I'm thinking about with a Nas album is the production, okay? Because Nas is such a good MC. This is how you know he's the best. He could rap over bad beats, okay? He could rap over bad beats. Any selection beat, you could be doing a drum beat just in the rhythm format and Nas could rap over it and you'd be like, oh shit, you know? So his flow and delivery single-handedly carry songs, and that's what he did with this album. Okay, because some of the production on this album is solid, it's good. But I felt like a lot of songs on this album were leftovers. Songs that didn't make the album cuts from part 1 and part 2 of the KD albums. You know, it's like, oh, I like this song, but you know what? Let's put this one on here because this one is more hot. Let's just save this one till later. Now, Hit Boy did an album with Game, and when I listened to the Game's album, I said there's like 6 or 7 songs missing from here. And according to the Game, they did like 60 songs. So I wouldn't be surprised if they take some of those songs and make it as a lost tape or a deluxe album. I got an idea that this was the same case for Nas because KD2 was such a hit, KD1 was a hit. They said, you know what? Instead of just letting these songs sit here, why not release it? Why not release KD3? I don't know if this is going to be a part 4. You know, I don't know if you're going to go like Lil Wayne route and you know how he keep making Carter albums. But this album is by far, I would tell you this much, one of the albums of the year. Okay, it is. It's flat out one of the albums of the year. And Nas delivers, as always. The lyrics is always there. The song Beef. This guy rapped as a prison cell before. He rapped as a gun before. He rapped as a Project Roach before. Now he's rapping as the beef. The thing that could kill people on contact, you know, that causes stupidity, that causes AKA nigga moments, okay? He's rapping as that element, you know, raw hip hop. And that's what you get when you get a Nas album, raw hip hop. You don't even tune in for the beats all the time. You tune in for the lyrics. But if his lyrics can marry the beat, then guess what? You got a classic on your hands. Now, this is one of the albums of the year, but I wouldn't say it's better than the last 2 albums, and I wouldn't say it's a classic for me. But if you think it's a classic, by all means, I can understand why, because it's Nas, okay? If you just saying it's a classic and you say, hey, you know what? I love the beats and the lyrics. The lyrics you're gonna love anyway, but the beats, that's always selective, you know? And when I look for a classic album, I look for 2 things. Replay value, you know, am I gonna listen to this for years going on? Am I always gonna go back to it every now and then? That's one thing key to a classic album. Number 2 is the content and the songs. Did any song stick to your ribs? I always say that. When I say stick to your ribs, what I mean, Done, which is a good song on Nas' album, is did any of the songs you could hit the replay button and play that song over and over again, you know, consistently? Does an album have many songs like that? If it does, then you may have a classic on your hands. Man, say I'm trying to do my review and look, 911 is doing their thing, you know. And this is in a foreign country, by the way. But nevertheless, man, KD3 is a good album, a little short of a masterpiece for me. But if you're just going by lyrics, this guy is what? Damn near 50 years old? And he raps better than 98% of new rappers. Matter of fact, let's just make it 99. Because even now, I can't still think of another rapper that's better than Nas. That's young right now, right? That's still making better material than Nas. Now, I got Nas as the GOAT, so there ain't gonna be no better rapper than him. But when I say better, that means it's a guy making better albums, more hot, have better content, you know, and just producing and dropping classic albums. There's nobody doing that right now. So, again, Nas ranks supreme. And he has one of the classic album for some, but not for me. But it is one of the hottest albums of the year. That I would give him. And he did it again. Just Prince TV out. Peace.